when it comes to looking at who we might interview, it's important that when you're looking at merit and things, you don't just look at sort of a traditional subset, and you look to and recognize that there are other skill sets and things that might be important as well. One of the first things is I think it's very important when we talk about diversity and inclusion, that fundamentally I still hold the view that I hire and promote people based on merit, right? That's the first sort of point. And I think you can do disservice or get yourself into a difficult situation if you sort of veer away from that sort of principle. But it's important that when you talk about merit, that's not an excuse just to keep the status quo. General management in some other areas, you can do a range of different things and become a general manager. Law, you have to have gone to law school, you have to have got a law degree. In a lot of countries, you also then have to have practiced with a law firm for a period of time before you can be fully qualified. And within that, you get to the point of, there are some law schools that have been existed for longer, they have a better reputation. There are law firms that have got a better reputation than other law firms. And when you work at a company like Pepsi, it could be very easy to say, well, I'm just going to hire people who went to Cambridge or UCL in London, or Peking University, or ANU, or whatever it is. So I think it's very easy for the system to get skewed, and for people to only look in a particular subset. And I mean, I would never want to exclude anyone who has that background, but I think there's a lot of intelligent people who didn't go to those law schools, or didn't work at those law firms, that are out there. Whether it's law or elsewhere, I think it's the SocioEconomic factors that are the biggest challenges, and that's where I think if you look at it internationally and you sort of think about diversity and inclusion, and I think of certain countries overseas where there are very clear social structures and economic structures, where you have large populations but relatively small, middle or upper class from a financial point of view. That's it's like you're getting a tiny subset of people who are actually going to law school, which is a real challenge. The profession, law firms, private industry, government still needs to look at what more can be done to make access to university education more broadly available.